everybody, it's Christine. It's time for Scrapbook process video, and I have a confession to make. I completely lied to y'all on my video the other day. I told you it was February 19th and I was doing February 19th sketch. Well, I did February 19th sketch, but it was February 21st when I posted the video, so oh well, it's fine. This is February 23rd, and it is scrapbook.com. And I got a couple of horizontal photos. Now, this looks like a piece of vellum in between here. I don't know that I'm going to have that. We shall see what's going to happen here. There's kind of these random pieces of paper. And then over here, there's kind of some rando things. And I'm all fine and good with that because what I have a picture of my daughter and her bow. And I think those will be kind of cute. And look at this, y'all. I was really happy because the colors and stuff that are going on, they got this kind of yellowy green wall looking thing. And then he's kind of got this little peachy pink top. And she's got gray. All that works so perfectly with the simple stories, the simple life. And I've only had this a short time, so it's not terribly old. So I'm pleased with that. And I have got, oh gosh, y'all, sorry about that. I have got the chipboard. I have got the ephemera. I have got these big, I'm going to use this as my title. That's not really shown on the sketch. I'm not really sure. I'm going to make that happen, though. We'll see. And then I have this sticker sheet. So I think I can make this happen. And I'm so excited about it. So let me, I don't know yet. It's got a dark background. I haven't even picked anything out. Ooh. Oh, yes. Yes, yes. We're doing the wood grain. That's what's happening. This is happening. How cute is this, y'all? Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, let me start cutting and I'll come back on in a second. Okay, y'all. I'm going to try to leave a little bit more process in this video just because I had somebody the other day make a comment about wanting to see one from start to finish. And there's not really a way. I shouldn't say there's not a way. My phone storage isn't going to let me, y'all. I can't record an hour's worth of video and be on the phone. So, but I thought, well, maybe I can try and leave a little bit more of, you know, some of the cuttings and things, I guess. So the first thing I did was mat the photos, and you see that. The second thing I did was cut the wrong size paper. So you saw me a second ago. I cut that. It's got text on this side here. I cut it, and then I realized what I did was too short. So that's why I've got it too long, and I'm hanging off the edge there because I tried to cut it the right size, and I cut it the wrong size. So I thought, okay, I'm just going to cut it and leave it long. So I got that piece, and that's kind of taking the place of the, like, what would that be called? That's a pattern. It's like a diagonal stripy looking thing. It's like it goes up and down, chevron? No. I don't know what that's called. I'm not going to worry about it. Anyway, that little pattern. And then this one is taking the place of the other kind of bigger pattern. And I thought this was really pretty. I like this floral because, as I mentioned, the colors look really good with their clothes they got on. And so I'm trying to figure this piece out. I will end up, there's going to be a horizontal element in a minute. I mentioned it was a vellum. I don't use vellum. I do use something else. And I'm kind of looking to see what are my options here. And I think this might even be where I decide. I'm going to use the sticker that's on the bottom of the sticker sheet. But I won't do that for just a second because I decide I want to ink the edges of all my papers here. So as I mentioned, I had matted the photo. I used like a light gray, like argyle paint, I guess, pattern, and then a darker plaid. And then now I'm just going to ink the edges of these two pieces here. Now I will cut over on this because, y'all, this is just boring to watch somebody sit there and ink the edges of stuff, right? So I've inked the edges of all the papers. I'm coming around the rest of the 12 by 12 here. And I did use the vintage photo. Now, I know the wood grain kind of has a gray undertone. There's all these little gray flowers and stuff. But I still think the brown works because there's also this little tan piece in the colors. And there's a little bit of brown in the wood grain. So it's okay. I think it looks good. This is where I decide, okay, I've got my photos kind of organized. I keep having to check my sketch, y'all, because I don't know how to change my time back on my iPad. I need to look at it again. But this is where I decide I'm going to use this sticker as that horizontal element that looked, like I said, almost looked like it might have been vellum in the sketch. But I'm going to use this little sticker here. Now, I have to kind of organize this because where I kept putting it, there's a little, I was accidentally, well, I wouldn't say accidentally, but I was putting this thing down. I was creating a bit of a space between like the angled papers and the horizontal, and I didn't want to do that. So I had to organize it just a little bit. And I almost put the photo up on phone, but then I realized, no, I've got this title I want to use. At least this is what was going through my head. I haven't pulled it out yet, but I want to use that big title I showed you guys, and I know I want to put that on Dimension. So I did not put the photos on foam, either one. And now I'm kind of looking at my title here, and I'll pull this out. Now this, again, this really wasn't on the sketch, and I kind of maneuvered this back and forth just a little bit because the top part of the T and the H, I didn't want to cover up him any kind of way. I do end up covering him just a little bit, but I go, well, he's in the top picture, so it's okay. I'm trying to kind of frame him, so I have to kind of go back and forth. Now, here's where I took my foam, and I have put it underneath my little title there, and I'm going to use Nuvo glue because if I tried to use my tape gun, I was going to end up making a mess, and I just know it. So I use the Nuvo glue, and I'm going to put that right about there, and I think this looks really cute, and I'm okay with this addition to the sketch here. And now I'm going to kind of pull through. I've pulled out all that ephemera. You can see it all around. I got all them labels, which was kind of the main reason I picked this collection. And because the sketch had all the labels, right? So I've pulled all that stuff out, and it's all sitting around. I go into the chipboard, and I'm thinking, well, maybe I can use, this little chipboard piece. And I decide with the little floral or little leaves or whatever. I decide against that. I don't actually end up using any of those leaf pieces. I had it in my head I might, because what I didn't mention, I should mention this. So the sketch showed it looked like stitching. Kind of creating a bit of a cross pattern behind the photo. Like it would go up and then all the way down, and then it kind of went across horizontally as well. I really don't do that element. I could not think of a good way to do that I wasn't going to make a hot mess out of it, because I didn't really want to stamp, and I don't do stitching, and I didn't want to use a pen, so I just avoided that element. So here is where I'm going to sit and fuss around with these goddamn labels, y'all. I'm kind of trying to follow, there's, the pattern. The sketch has there's a couple of round ones. There's a triangle-y one. There's some, I guess, horizontal or like a rectangle-y looking ones or whatever. So I'm trying to kind of organize it. And I put it all together. You'll kind of see me again. I'm trying to check in my sketch again. And y'all, it looked just like a hot mess to me in a second. I'm looking at it. I'm like, you've just got these piled everywhere, not really looking. It doesn't look exactly right to me. And it's because I'm a little too much deviated from the sketches kind of representation of it. At least I guess that's where I'm headed in my mind. So in a second, I'm going to pull basically all of it off. And I'm going to kind of start over. I like this little green tag that says being happy with a little bee on it. But I didn't want that at the top. I didn't move in that. So I kind of revisit myself. And I go, okay, I'm going to put the date thing up there, because that little guy really does match the sketches like shape of the labels and stuff. And so then I'm just going to start reorganizing. I'm going to just let y'all watch me do this, because it takes me just a minute. And again, like I said, I'm trying to figure out how to make these round elements. I end up pulling, there's that green, it's got like floral around the edges. It's kind of cut. I don't know what you like. There it is. It's in my hand now. I'm going to use that as one of my circle elements. And actually, I was kind of happy with this addition. I'm going to put that down there. I also really like this label with these little butterflies on it. I think that's pretty. So I'm just kind of organizing all this stuff, like I said. I'll just tell you, so they were at Top Golf. She was really excited about going, but she's not a golfer by any means. And I think that she sent a video, and my husband was kind of joking. He says, I wonder if she's going to miss that. And y'all, she completely missed it. She waffled so bad. But I have to be honest and tell you that it's not even the worst Top Golf story. I went one time for a company like team building thing or some kind of meeting or something. And so we did some Top Golf. Y'all, I'm real bad. So she comes back honest. And I hit that ball. And if you've ever been to Top Golf, there's kind of a little, I don't know what it is. Like, the ball's kind of come out of it, like it's a little wooden box looking deal kind of in front of you with the balls kind of roll out of, right? And I hit that ball at such a wonky little angle. It went straight forward. Like, it went not the right direction. Let me say this. It went like perpendicular from the direction it should have gone. And it hit that thing and bounced backward like 4 lanes and hit the senior vice president. It was just a hot mess. I've got my labels kind of organized on the left-hand side, and I'm trying to look at this one here, and I'm thinking, maybe I want this one over here, because I was trying to think about that stitching element, and I'm thinking, well, maybe I can use that label. So you see me thinking about that, and then I decide, no, just forget about it. I'm not going to do it. Now here, I've left this in here because this is a little trick. Somebody told me a while back, if you have embellishments and, you have where you want, use press and seal to kind of keep them together when you flip, so you can kind of glue them, because I'm like, I don't want to lose my label placement, because I really just sat and worked on that forever. So I did. I used my press and seal, y'all. I got it out of the kitchen. I've been talking about doing that, and I had got it out of the kitchen. So I put the press and seal. Now, to be honest, it's not going to catch all the labels, because some of them are on top of other ones, but that's okay. I got the main ones, and I used my double-sided tape, and I'm just kind of making sure, okay, where's this going to go? And so I'm going to pull my double-sided tape off. I did use it to kind of attach everything together, and then now I'm going to kind of set it down and glue it down. And that works pretty well. Like I said, the top labels, I still have to glue those down some other kind of way. But this worked really well to keep the labels generally where I wanted them. You see the little ones are kind of moving a little bit because I've got to get those actually glued down. I'm going to end up putting foam behind the little round circle-y one. behind the word together. And I think that's all the ones I put phone behind. So you see that little together. I'm going to put phone behind them, and I'm going to kind of, I'm going to have to trim the edges off too, by the way. But that's pretty obvious, I think. But I've deliberately put them off the edges. So that's on purpose because I know that I want, well, the sketch kind of showed that, right? And so I have to kind of come in off the edge. So now I'm just kind of taking and putting my little foam, and I do use a little Nuvo glue too. I got to being worried a little bit. I don't know what made me do this, but got to being worried that maybe my adhesive isn't going to stick. I have no idea why I started thinking that, but I was like, oh, I better use Nuvo glue. Maybe because I just felt like I was manhandling them enough or a lot. I don't know. So anyways, I'm going to finish up my foam over here. I'm actually kind of happy with how this came out. I don't use any mixed media other than inking the edges. I didn't see anything in the sketch, and I was kind of like, well, I got a lot going on with these labels. I will get into my chipboard in a minute, and I will pull out some small little flowers and little chipboard hearts. I do also pull out some ephemera hearts too, by the way. There I am, kind of touching everything like I always do. Okay, here's where I got this little, oh, there's a little tag down there. I forgot to mention that to y'all. It's a cute little ticket thing, and it says Our Happy Place, and that's taking the place of a little thing on the sketch. And then this up here is kind of taking the place of the arrow that was shown on the sketch. I really like that little banner there that says, what does that thing say? My cat's sitting on it. I can't read it. Life is beautiful together. I thought that was cute. I will add, like I said, I will add a sticker up there too. I kind of on purpose, I knew I wanted to add something. All right, so here's where I'm going to take my scissors. I'm going to trim off the edge. Now, what I decided to do, there was a little label that's like an oval label, and one at the bottom there. And I end up with a small sliver of oval left over. And I am going to actually reuse that up into the middle there, between on the outside edge of the little green label. I like that right there. I thought, well, that looks kind of cool. And it's kind of filling that out a little bit. I will also in a minute, I think I cut away. I don't think I'll make you watch this. I'm going to go get a little bit of string because I will put a little string on my tag. I don't want it to be naked. And here's where I'm kind of looking at my little hearts because I'm going to bring those hearts down in the lower right corner because there is a little heart on the sketch. Now, I'll add a few more little hearts than it's on the sketch, but I'm just kind of going through my little pieces here. Y'all, I will tell you that press and cling or whatever, it picks up stuff. I laid over the side and it kept picking up little pieces and it was sticking to it. I'm like, okay, you're definitely a worker bee there. Okay, so here's where I'm kind of looking at my chipboard, and I'm going to pull out this little heart here. I pull out like a little tan one and a little gray one. And then there's two little flower pieces that I pull out, and I put them all on, I put that on the left-hand side. And there's where I find that little sticker. I just find a little floral sticker, and I stick it over the top of that little label up there, and I'll find that little gray heart, and I'll stick it over the top of the sticker. I'm just filling out my clusters a little bit here, y'all. It's always a more is more with me. I shouldn't say always, but many times. Okay, let me see what else I got going on here. Again, I'm back up in that chipboard. This one, they're kind of falling out of their little holes. Not that that's a bad thing. I mean, you know, you got to use them anyway, but I leave them in their packaging and they slip down, and I cut the sides, and so then I have to be careful because stuff will fall out the side. All right, so I'm trying to mess with this little old heart. I don't know why that took me years. And I'm getting back in my package to get the other little heart. There's one up there, and then I'll find another one. No, I already stuck it up there. Sorry. So I got the one in the upper left, I got the one in the upper right, and I got the one in the lower right. And then what have I got going on here? Oh, another little, that's where the little flower, I find my little flower. And I will find, like I said, two more, actually they're on the sticker sheet. There's two more little sticker sheet hearts I'll find in just a moment. I'm going to put those toward the bottom. I think here's where I'm at the sticker sheet. I kind of picked everything up. It was kind of bugging me, all the ephemera and stuff laying around. Y'all, I don't know if y'all do this. I've seen some people with their poor little pictures of their scrap rooms, and they're kind of messy. And no judgment. I'm not judging you in that kind of way. But y'all, I just can't work like that. I have to have stuff kind of put up, and I can't work like that. It's all over the place. Just drives me a little bit bananas. Now, here's where I've got these two stickers, and I really kind of wanted to use these, and I keep thinking, you know, maybe I can make almost a little sentence or this or that, but I kept thinking it just didn't look right, and I felt like it was just making it off balance or something. I moved these little stickers back and forth, and because I didn't really want it to be like on top of each other, so I kind of thought asymmetrical, and then ultimately I decided, no, I don't like the way y'all look, and I find this other little sticker over here in a second. It says "So Very Blessed," and it has a little flower on it, and that for some reason made my brain not hurt as much. And I think maybe the flower, you know, kind of helped offset the black word. I'm still messing around with other stickers there, and I put that back. I kind of kept messing with it. I wanted something. Then here's where I find this little sticker, and I go, oh, okay, I like you. So he goes up there. I don't write anything underneath the word together on that other label. I kind of leave it open for the white space. But here's where I find these two little hearts. And then that's all I'm going to do, y'all. I spent a little bit more time on this layout than I actually thought I might. I thought with all the labels and stuff, it'd go real fast. But I took a lot longer to set all them things than I thought I would. But here's the end. Here's a little slowdown here so you can kind of see all the little details. I think it turned out really cute. And I sent it to my daughter, and she said, oh, Seth loves it. I said, well, of course he does. But anyway, it's real cute. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you check out my Instagram and subscribe and all the goods. And we will see you next time. Bye.